Hey guys, welcome to another review. And here's my review for The Matrix Resurrections. This movie. this movie. This movie stars Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Neil Patrick Harris. And the movie is directed by Lana Wachowski. And this is the fourth installment of the Matrix franchise. How do I talk about the story without, kind of spoiling it? Because the trailers are pretty vague of what the movie is about. Fuck it, I'll just say it. The movie is about Thomas Anderson, who is Neo, and he's living in the Matrix. How? I thought he died in the third one. Well, they kind of explain that. Won't spoil that, but he's not dead. He's living in the Matrix, and this team has to get him out of the Matrix to end the thing that's controlling the Matrix as of now. Guess that's not spoiling it. Also, Trinity's there. I thought she died too. No, they have to save Trinity. It becomes a big rescue mission to save Trinity. That's all I'll say. The Matrix Resurrections, I did a trailer, kind of like trailer review, and thought it looked pretty good. I thought the movie could be really good depending on where they go with it. Turns out I was not in the slightest bit right. This movie is just terrible. I have no idea why they made another Matrix movie. This movie is just god awful. It is not enjoyable. This entire movie is just. You remember the first Matrix movie? Remember that? Remember that scene? The movie tries to be nothing like the first Matrix movie, but ends up being just like the first Matrix movie. Oh my god, the first, hour of the film is like the first hour of the first Matrix film. Literally, it's just the same thing that happens. It's almost hilarious. It's almost comedic. I'm like, what is happening right now? And then when it does different things in the second half of the movie, the decisions they do and they make are ridiculous. I'm like, what? I'm not even mad. I think some people will be furious of the decisions they make and what they do with some characters. I was furious about one, but I was just laughing because it's so dumb. What? Oh god, I maybe it's because I'm not super attached to I love the first Matrix. 1999's The Matrix is fantastic. Maybe it's because I was because the second and third movie weren't good, so maybe just my expectations weren't even that high, so it's really hard to shit on this franchise that wasn't even that great. I had one great movie, the first one, so it was just almost funny because I know a lot of people had a lot of hope for this movie. I certainly didn't. I was gonna give it a chance, and I thought the advertising was done very well, but the movie does not work. And I can see if you're a huge Matrix fan, this movie just shits on the whole franchise. This movie does a straight Star Wars The Last Jedi, makes a lot of characters that you love and care about just stupid and awful characters. What they do to Morpheus in this movie, I fucking hate it. Morpheus is my favorite character in The Matrix. He is my favorite character. Lawrence Fishburne is the only person who can play Morpheus. The guy who they got to do the new Morpheus was not very good. And I hated what they did with this character. I hated what they did with Naomi, too. I hated what they did with her. They made her such an unlikable character in this movie. I don't like what they did, with Agent Smith. They bring him up a little bit. Really stupid. Even with how they do the previous Matrix movies within the Matrix, the movie tries to be so meta, and the movie thinks it's so brilliant and so clever of how meta it is. And it's not clever at all. A bajillion movies have done this, but they're like, ooh, look how clever and unique we are. We're like a movie within a movie within a movie and stuff. Oh, come on now. Oh god, that's been done for the past 30 years, people. The decisions, again, aren't very good. Even the action in this movie, The Matrix always had great action, especially the first one. Amazing choreography, spectacular action scenes. The action sucked in this movie. Everything that made the action great in the first Matrix movie is completely taken away. Uh, the first movie had big, long shots and perfect edit takes and really good stunt doubles and good choreography. This one has CGI, it has quick edits, and a lot of like whoosh, flying and bullets and all that stuff. In the martial arts, you can barely see it because there's so much shaky cam and so much quick edits. You can't even feel the impact of the punches and the kicks that people deliver in this movie, and it comes off so ugly looking. And they bring in new characters. They're all the most one-dimensional, bland characters. I literally just saw the movie, and I don't remember a single character's name other than the original characters. I'm like, what was that person's name again? Like, they were just so forgettable. And yes, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, Trinity and Neo are back, and they are both dreadful in this movie. Keanu Reeves is like, he doesn't express a single emotion. Even when he laughs in the movie, it's just like, like, it's the most awkward performance I've ever, like, I guess they paid him a lot of money, so. And Carrie-Anne Moss wasn't even that great in the movie. I think the only person that was kind of having fun with the role was Neil Patrick Harris. I think he was, he wasn't giving a good performance, but like I feel like he was having fun with the role and like he knew what he was doing. Like I think he was the only thing I kind of enjoyed in the movie. I liked him as like this therapist guy trying to get Neo back into the Matrix and stuff. He's like this like horrible. I don't want to spoil what he is, but like I enjoyed him for the most part. Uh, that's about it. I didn't really enjoy anything about this movie. The Matrix had brilliant ideas, always, great action scenes, and enjoyable characters, and a great villain, Agent Smith. All of that is taken away. The ideas they put in this movie are unoriginal and not in the slightest bit clever. All of the characters are ruined. They either are not in this movie or they're just these bland characters who are sleepwalking their way into this movie. What they do with Trinity's character at the ending was beyond stupid. I don't know what kind of decisions they were making. Like, I feel like every decision they made was just to deliberately piss all the fans off. Like, I feel like I don't know what was happening. Like, it was almost comical watching this movie. I'm like, this is the definition of a train wreck. Watching a train wreck. This is like they made every bad decision you could possibly make for a fourth Matrix movie. Like, oh my god! They even recreate the kung fu scene when he goes, "I know kung fu," and he fights Morpheus. They legit recreate that whole scene. And it's so bad too though. Like that scene in the first Matrix was so good, the choreography was great, the fighting was good. It's so bad how they do it in this one. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and also minor spoiler, Neo isn't the only one. That's all I'll say. That's all I'm gonna say. This movie sucks. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like at least on Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions they were bad movies. I'll fully admit they're bad movies. But they had good stuff in it. They both had pretty good action scenes. And Agent Smith just is so good in those movies. And Lawrence Fishburne's great in those movies. And there's always like maybe like so bad they're funny moments and stuff. Like there was interesting stuff in those movies. They're not good, but they were still interesting. This movie just isn't interesting at all. It's so awful. I think it's the worst Matrix movie ever, and I don't think they can possibly beat how awful this movie is. I liked NPH, that's about it. I guess that gets it a point. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give The Matrix Resurrections a 2 out of 10. This movie's fucking dog shit. I don't know why they made another Matrix movie. This movie sucks. Woo! So, in the comment section below, please tell me, are you excited for this Matrix movie? And if you've seen it yet, Let me know your opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.